that you gotta
Put in Chanel.
Okay, I just set up my Snoopy alarm clock. I have it on color changing mode right now, but it has a sunrise function. It's just really hard to set this. The color changing mode is what it stays on a lot. And then I have this diffuser that I'm trying to use, and it's not working, so I might need to throw this out. This used to work, so I don't know why it's not working right now. And I set the alarm for 6 a.m. So the sunrise thing starts 20 minutes before, so it wakes you up with like the light. So yeah, we'll see if that helps me get up tomorrow, hopefully. Alright guys, so I sold a few more items at Plato's Closet today. I made back $10. So I think I might actually just try to sell stuff myself, because I just went in and they bought 4 of the Juicy Couture purses I had, and plus clothes, and I only made $36 from it, which I didn't care because they've been sitting. I don't use them. They were older purses that I don't wear anymore, but they're selling them for $12 a pop, and they probably bought it from me for $3 each. So it's like they're paying 25% of what they're selling it for, which is crazy. Because, I mean, I actually don't know how much they bought it for, but I don't feel like they bought it for that much. But I'm headed to the gym now. I'm going to go to the mat Pilates class again. It was really hard the last time, but I also feel like it's good to do things that are more challenging so that I can actually get stronger and not just do what's easy. So I also found out I am getting my retention bonus in my next paycheck next week. So I'm going to have some cushion going into the summer. I'm also considering teaching summer school, so I can get the extra money for the month of July. And then pretty much you only get a 3-week break off. But I may or may not do that. It does seem like a good opportunity though, but it's only 16 hours a week basically. It's 4 hours a day, 4 days a week. But for those 16 hours, you usually get paid like a much more decent amount. So it's kind of like if I had gotten a part-time job, and it's only Monday through Thursday plus 2 planning periods. So it might be worth it, it might not, I don't know. But I am considering doing it because I could use the extra money for my 4th of July trip to Boston, and also I'm trying to rebuild my savings in case I need to move, and I might need to move. So have it for 2 different things. You're welcome. Okay guys, I just finished at the gym. I ended up going to mat Pilates again, and I did the treadmill, and then I did the hydro massage. So all together my workout was an hour and a half. I'm about to go to Target and I want like my Celsius and or A Celsius. And the only place that I know that has it is Target, the flavor that I like. And then I also need my leave-in conditioner for my hair. And the one that I like to use is, I also only ever find at Target. So those two things are what I'm going to get. I was going to go to Walmart, but I think I can get everything I need. I also want to get a spray bottle. I don't know if I need to get this though. I'm considering. So apparently, because I can't use wasp spray in my house because it's toxic, and I literally I did give myself a headache using wasp spray in my house. So you can use dish soap, water, and peppermint oil, which I have all three. I just need a spray bottle for it. And I had one. I was gonna go to Walmart just to get that. I don't know where all my extra spray bottles went, basically, because it's something I definitely used to have. But I'm gonna go do that. And then I'm really strongly considering, I think if I have the opportunity to, I am gonna try to do summer school, because that would be like an extra $2,000. And I want to have some cushion for one before school, but also in case I do end up needing to move, because at this point I'm not 100% sure I'm going to continue my lease at my current place if things continue. Like, the landlord is just horrible, not helpful, not professional, and when I told him about issues, he's very unprofessional, gaslights me, will blame me, tell me it's my fault or I did something wrong. Like, the dryer stopped working, he blamed it on me. The closet fell, he blamed it on me. It's just been a lot. So I'm not positive I'm gonna stay where I am. I might go back to like a traditional corporate owned apartment complex that at least has hopefully better, more professional customer service. But that's not necessarily guaranteed going there either, but we can hope for the best. So yeah, I'll get an extra $2,000, hopefully, possibly doing that for the summer. But then I'm gonna not have, I feel like it's honestly worth it for 16 days working. I think I get 2 planning days though, so it might be 18 total, but it's worth it for the money, I think, personally. I don't know how much it pays yet. They said usually the flat rate is not as good as time and a half, but in my case it might be, because there are teachers making twice as much as I am because, you know, you get paid based off of your experience and level of education. So if they do the average of that is probably more than what I actually make. So I would gladly take like a day rate of like $200 versus time and a half. But my co-teacher was like, she was making like over $400 a day with her time and a half. So that's because she's at a much higher level per hour than me. So yeah, but I'm strongly considering it. I would have less time off, but I feel like for the extra money and my financial situation, I also potentially need a new phone. I have I don't know if I'm still going on the beach trip with my church, because girl who's over it, like, I'm not able to pay till next week. And she was like, oh, well, you can just register, just pay $50. I was like, girl, I'm saying I'm not gonna be able to pay at all until I get paid. And I don't know how I feel about this group anymore. But it's for a 3-day trip to the beach, which I could do a day trip to this beach for less than that. Like, only spend $100 and just take a day trip there for one weekend. I feel like, so I don't necessarily need to do that trip, but I don't know. I think she said there's only 2 spots left now, which was the other thing. So I don't know if I'm still doing that. I'm still going to Orlando for a conference, and then the other trip, I'm not saying where. I don't know if I've said it yet. I might have already said it, honestly, because I'd be blabbing. But my other trip is not until 4th of July, but it's gonna be a much more expensive trip. And that's probably it if I do summer school. If I don't do summer school, then I could go on more trips, but like, that's going to be more money, and I'm not making more money unless I do. So it's kind of like the cost benefit analysis is what I'm thinking about. I'm going to get more money. I'll have more money if I do summer school, and I'll also be able to do more for my actual trip that's going to cost the most. And then I can maybe just do weekend trips for the other 2 places I wanted to go and save myself some money regardless. So that's kind of what I'm thinking I'm gonna do at this point. Oh. Alright, I'm in Target. I'm surprised my phone hasn't died yet. Okay, my hair stuff is usually over here. I don't see. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh, the price for this keeps going up. This used to be like $5. $6.49. Inflation on this, and it's also way smaller than it used to be. So they're making it cost more and you get less. 15 ounces. Bruh, do I need to try I might need to try a new leave-in conditioner. The problem is this is one of my favorite ones, but the price of it is crazy, and this only lasts me maybe like a month. I go through these so quickly, so I don't know, y'all. All right, y'all, I am so proud of myself. For my dinner, I made jasmine rice, fried pork chops, and garlic butter green beans. Yum. And I cooked all of this myself. Okay, guys, I am headed to work. I stopped at McDonald's and Starbucks, and I'm still going to be on time. So we are starting testing at my school, and I have the unfortunate job of getting pulled to be a proctor during testing, which basically means I have to walk around a room for an hour and a half with 0 breaks. Well, actually, mine's probably not going to be an hour and a half. It's probably going to be an hour, but it's going to be like an hour of having nothing to do. because some students also get extended time. So it's doubly annoying because I get pulled and I'm getting pulled. I get pulled out of my normal class to be a boring proctor in an exam, and I have to walk around, so it's like exerting more effort. So my lovely co-teacher got me and our para some Starbucks this morning, and then I also stopped and got a breakfast sandwich because I'm gonna need some food to get through a day of testing. It's only like the first half of the day, but it's for the next week, so that's what makes it actually horrible, is I have to do this for the next week every morning. No breaks, no assistance, just work. And yeah, I'm not happy about that. Y'all, I just found out where they're putting the new 7 Brew. It's literally on the opposite side of town from me, but it's near my grandma's house. So I got out of school. I had a long day, I'm gonna be honest. I was drained today. Drained me low key. I'm so tired. Oh, they're putting a new Mexican restaurant. They built a new Mexican restaurant where I used to work, y'all. Anyways, I got me and my grandma and my great aunt some Whoppers. I'm on my way to go pick up my mail from her house, and I stopped and got her a Whopper. So that's what I'm about to do.
2,000 years later.
Alright guys, I stopped at the mall and got some wings from the wing place that's here, and they have a Skittles machine. I also tried the cookie place, Great American Cookies, and got a strawberry crinkle cookie. Literally no one. Oh, that's me. Alright guys, I'm leaving. I got my wings and my cookie. Alright, good morning everyone. I am headed to work on time / early. I left, but I'm picking up Starbucks and Chick-fil-A for my classroom teachers. So I just picked up the Chick-fil-A, and now Starbucks, and now I'm about to go Chick-fil-A. But I'm stuck behind a car that was going straight at this light, so that's a little irritating. But it is Friday. I have some plans for the weekend. I'm still doing testing, so I get pulled out of my class to be a proctor. It's very boring and not fun, but it's also not like the worst thing in the world. Like, I don't think it's as bad as it was doing the practice rounds that I did, so that's good, but it's still like very unenjoyable. Oh my gosh, this one car blocked everyone from getting out of there. If I'd known that, I would have gone around. But anyways, maybe I just need to automatically do that next time. So I was very, very not looking forward to doing the testing this week. And then tomorrow I have supposed to be meeting some friends at a cafe. Also, my city is getting a 7 Brew. I'm so excited, but it's on the opposite side of town, so I wouldn't be able to go there in the morning and get food like I would love to. But I'm gonna look at some apartments. I do think I'm gonna move. I've almost done a year here. I can probably do another year. I haven't seen another wasp, so I do think I did like a self fix situation. The problem is not actually resolved. I just saw them getting into my house because there were some cracks in the light fixtures in my living room, kitchen, and then there was a crack in the ceiling between the what's it called, the monitor, fire alarm monitor. So I put tape to cover up the holes to at least prevent them from getting in, but there's possibly still a wasp nest in the attic of the house, and tape is not a permanent fix to those cracks in the ceilings. So I've also tried remedies such as using using the peppermint oil and eucalyptus, but other than that, I was gonna go around that, but I guess it's not worth it. Other than that, it's not really much else I can do. So without having to either spend money on an inspector, which I just really don't understand how the scope of a wasp in the attic of a house that I'm not renting the entire house. I'm renting a portion. Like, I live in a unit in the house. I don't understand how that would fall under my responsibility as the renter to do maintenance for a wasp nest in the attic that I don't even live in. And the way that the landlord is trying to make it my responsibility and put it under my scope makes zero sense. So anyways, I really do feel like I'm being excuse me, I don't want to say gaslit, but I feel like I'm being taken advantage of to a certain extent, but also my concerns were not being taken seriously. The landlord was very dismissive of my concerns and tried to reduce the issue to just like, oh, you're just seeing a wasp, you just need to, if you want to hire pest control, pay for it yourself. But that wasn't what I was asking. So I know it will fall on, well, one, at the end of the day, that is his character showing, and that will come back to bite him in the butt. I already know it, but you know what? I said my piece. I found a temporary solution, and we'll see how that goes with him trying to sell a house and there being wasp in the attic. You think someone wants to buy a house that has a wasp nest in the attic? I don't think so. So yeah, don't have a full solution, but I haven't been feeling as paranoid or scared to just exist in my apartment since I did that. And also just a lot of prayer. Like, Lord, I was overly oh, sorry. Yes. Thank you. I was overly trying to, dang it, well, I would have been early to work had it not been, I don't know. I've been getting stuck look at all of these lights. So I'll get to work a little late, but in my defense, I stopped at 2 different places. But yeah, the solution to my problems is I mean, there's like a band-aid on the problem, in my opinion. So it's like, it's not fully fixed, but at least I'm not still seeing wasp in my house every day I get home. But I also feel like the root issue was not actually addressed, and I don't believe that the responsibility for a wasp nest inside the attic that affects my unit should fall on me to pay for as the renter, because I feel like that is property maintenance. That's like a maintenance issue. If there's a wasp nest inside an attic and you have people renting units in that house, that's your responsibility to pay for. Why would I have to pay for a wasp nest to be removed from an area of the house that I don't live in, but it's affecting my living? And I don't own the house either. I would feel like it would be one thing if I was renting the entire house. I could see how if the lease said it was 100% my responsibility to pay for pest control, that's one thing. But my lease doesn't explicitly state I am responsible for pest control. It actually has no mention of pest control. And when I initially moved in, I remember the landlord verbally telling me he would provide pest control and all of that stuff, his words. But when it came to me telling him the wasp, he said, oh, well, I'm not calling pest control because you see a wasp. Not to mention, it wasn't a wasp, it was finding 5 wasps inside my apartment. If I saw a lot of wasps flying outside my unit. That wasn't fun, coming home and having to trickle around wasps, but I already managed that issue on my own. I also think too, I'm not used to not having pest control, so I was just not. I've never lived somewhere like in a unit or rented a place where pest control wasn't included, and because I wasn't informed prior to my lease that I was responsible for pest control, I just assumed that's something the landlord does. But again, there's just so many. There's not a legal responsibility for the landlord to pay for pest control, but there is a legal responsibility for the landlord to provide a safe and habitable space. So that's the only reason that pest control would sometimes fall under, why pest control could be determined to be the landlord's responsibility if it affects the safety and habitability of the place, which, yeah. So again, there's a self-handled issue, but it's not necessarily a permanent fix, and it also did not actually get rid of the root, which is the potential wasp nest that is in the attic of the house. So that was all I really could do at that point. And because the landlord basically is trying to shirk the responsibility on me, the thing is, it's an issue that if I had continued seeing wasps in the house, I could not have continued staying there. Just being honest, like I would have had to move because don't feel safe in a house full of wasps. But my temporary solution, I honestly don't know what what the next steps would be, because I put there's a temporary solution in place that's preventing the wasp from getting in, but I don't know if it's like they would still legally have to get the wasp nest removed in the attic if there is one. Like, I don't know what responsibility that or how that works with, because to me it's still like, it's still an ongoing, it's still a concern, but I'm not seeing them in my house anymore, if that makes sense. So I don't know what I do in that situation, but I'm just gonna let go and let God, and I believe the issue is, I mean, it was always out of my control, but I also think the way my landlord handled it is what made me not like made me left a poor taste in my mouth. How it was handled by my landlord left a poor taste in my mouth and made me feel very disrespected, and like my concerns were not being taken seriously at all by the landlord. So not a great situation, not a fun situation. Doesn't make me feel great about where I'm living, but like I said, I'm just gonna trust God that however the situation needs to be handled will be handled the proper way, and that regardless, I'm blessed and highly favored. Y'all, there is literally another wasp in my house. It's in my light. I just saw it flying by. I don't know how they're freaking getting in. I sprayed ant spray. I don't know if y'all are going to be able to see it because I'm scared to get too close. Did y'all see that? There's another wasp in my house. There it is. I don't know what to do. My landlord just said he checked everywhere, didn't see it, a wasp nest in the attic. Yeah, I'm still finding wasps inside my apartment. 2 + 2 is not equaling 4. I don't know what to do, guys. There needs a professional. It has to be a professional to find them, because you're claiming you looked all over the house and you didn't feed it. And I just literally got another wasp in my house. I haven't opened my door in hours, so it's not getting in through the front door. It's not getting in through the windows. How the freak are they getting into my house? I feel like I'm losing my mind. This is literally the 6th wasp. Bruh. I'm gonna lose it. Because where are they coming from? How are they getting in? I haven't opened my doors, I haven't opened my windows, and I still found another wasp. Y'all, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I sprayed roach and spider killer, which I think is less toxic than the wasp nest spraying inside, because this one says for both indoor and outdoor use. Because I have been spraying wasp spray inside my house and almost gave myself irreversible. Bruh, there's another wasp in my house. I can't make this crap up. Like, right there. It's in my lampshade. Hopefully about to die from the spray. Right there.